The interview everyone was waiting for. Airing on Big Fox last night, Trump sitting down with Megyn Kelly for the first time in 9 months, going back to last August. Megyn asking a simple question. What happens in November if you lose?
If you don't become president, will this all have been for nothing? Or will you have changed America?
Unless I win, I can't do the changes. I can't make America great again. I can't lower taxes and make our military strong. I will say this, if I don't go all the way and if I don't win, I will consider it to be a total and complete waste of time, energy, and money.
Eric Trump now, the son of Donald Trump, also the Executive Vice President of Development and Acquisitions for the Trump Organization and founder of the Eric Trump Foundation. And good morning to you.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
Thanks for coming back.
Great being here.
That last comment, what does that mean? A waste of time, energy, and money?
Listen, my father's not doing this for fun, right? I mean, he didn't drop his whole life and our whole company and, everything that he's been working on his entire life to run for Commander-in-Chief of the United States just for fun. He wants to fix the problems that we have, right? Whether it be the national deficit, which is totally out of control. He wants to lower taxes. He wants to create jobs. He wants to fix our military, fix education and so many other things. If he doesn't win, he can't do those things, and therefore it was a waste of time. And, that's my father. He's a winner, right? I mean, he either wins the whole thing. If he doesn't win the whole thing, he considers it a great loss.
Well, based on the superdelegate math, it looks like he'll face Hillary Clinton.
There's no question.
And, I mean, let's see how this Democratic battle goes out. But I'm looking at SUPERPACs now, spending $6 million in 4 different states, Ohio, Florida, Virginia, Nevada. That's what you're up against.
Sure.
And here's part of that now. Just watch here.
Does she have a good body? No. Does she have a fat ass? Absolutely.
You like girls that are 5'1", they come up to you know where.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
I view a person who's flat-chested is very hard to be a 10.
And you can tell them to go themselves.
I mean, some of that stuff is tough. I mean, you as a son.
And listen, that's
what is the plan to defend on hits like that?
Well, listen, it's so ridiculous. You look at the Clinton Foundation, they pay females 40% less than they pay males, right? If you look at her husband, if you look at Bill, I mean, the man was impeached while in the Oval Office for having an affair with an intern, with a 24-year-old intern. Like, I really don't want to hear it from Hillary. No one does. It's really crazy. So they'll take sound bites from my father when he was with Howard Stern 20 years ago, and they use him and something like that. They're going back and forth. They're having fun. She's got a terrible record on women, and so does Bill, who now all of a sudden she wants to bring into the campaign. So I just found it very ironic.
How much concern is there inside the team right now that can hurt you?
I think very little. Because listen, she's got a horrible record. He's got a horrible record in there. She's got a horrible record. I mean, she was truly one of the worst Secretary of States ever. Her foreign policy has been a disaster. It's cost this country trillions and trillions of dollars. It's cost us thousands and thousands of lives. Listen, Hillary's got real problems. I mean, she's got real problems on her resume, and believe me, we'll be talking about them.
Bill Clinton was asked about it on the stump, and this is what he said. Watch here.
Mr. President, did you respond to Donald Trump today calling you one of the worst political abusers in U.S. history?
We have the leaders of the young Democrats. I think people are smart enough to figure this out.
I think the driving question here, Eric, is what's out of bounds and what's not. Is everything fair game?
Listen, I think, if you've ever watched The War Room, right, which is a famous documentary about the way Bill Clinton ran his campaign, right? I mean, the Clintons, their whole MO is to take the low road, right, to plant stories, to plant lots of them. Everything's going to be fair game. I mean, there's just no question. At this point, anything's going to be fair game. They're going to throw everything at us, and we're probably going to have to do the same thing right back. I mean, it'd be really nice if everybody said, listen, let's take the high road. Let's talk about what people actually want to get accomplished. But that's just not the way the Clintons fight. I mean, go back, read any documentary about it. They go and they try and get, every piece of information and everything that they can possibly use against you and throw them together. And, I mean, even one of the sound bites, in that last clip was, go, what yourself, right? That wasn't even in relation to women. That was in relation to China. I mean, so that's how deceptive and deceitful these really are, and these campaigns are.
It's the duty of your team then to put that in context, and I don't know how you're going to do that. Last question. Your sister this morning said you're about to see the softer side of your father.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, I think that's right. Listen, my father is an amazing man. He's been an amazing father to all of us. He's an amazing grandfather to many grandkids. I mean, he's a really great man. He cares about this country. I mean, it's why he's self-funding his campaign, and it's why he's doing that. And I've seen him as an amazing businessman, negotiator my whole life, and he wants to come in. He wants to do that for this country. I mean, running for commander-in-chief for a guy like that, for a guy with his net worth, for a guy with his accomplishments, is really a selfless act. It's really a selfless act. He wants to give back to a country that's given him everything, and I think you'll see that. I really think you'll see that side of him.
Thanks for coming back today.
Yeah, it's great.
More to come. Thanks. Eric Trump with us in studio. Thanks. Martha.